So you can see how beautiful this pattern is that I'm doing for the stocking contest for Yarn Inspirations. And I'm going to show you how to do this classic granny square and show you how to make a baby blanket out of it. Or if you want to enter the contest, you can also enter the contest, but you have to use their rules for entering the contest. And the beautiful yarn that I'm using for this one is by Karen United, and this color is Cherry, and this color is Fresh Green. This color is Burgundy, and this color is Dark Green. And the last color that I'm using by Karen United is Erin. So I love the color combinations. If I have any left over, I'm going to make one for myself because this would make a beautiful Christmas gift for someone. So it looks like someone likes my work because they actually download all of my videos and claim it as their own. So I just wanted to let you know that if you see my videos and it has a different name other than Helenmay Crochet, then that person had taken my video, and I would appreciate it if you would let me know. The materials you're going to need for this project, I'm using my eye crochet hook, and this is the 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're also going to need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. The yarn I'm using to show you the granny square is, this one is by Loops and Threads, and this color is Soft Lilac. I'm also using just a soft pink yarn and also a soft white yarn. I'm going to start, you could start with whatever color that you want, but I'm going to start with my soft pink. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to fold the yarn over on itself to form a loop, and then take your crochet hook and put it through the loop. Just hold it at the base of the loop with your middle finger and thumb. Then you're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and then go through the loop for a slip knot. And then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do a slip stitch in that first chain that we created. So you go with your hook into that first chain, and then you're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and then go through both loops for your slip knot. Now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to count as your first double crochet. Now you're going to do 2 more double crochet into the ring. So you're going to yarn over, go into the center of the ring, bring up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. You're going to yarn over, go into the center of the ring, bring up a loop. You have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. Now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do the same pattern. Yarn over, go into the center of the ring, bring up a loop, and you're going to do a double crochet. You're going to do a set of 3 double crochet. And after your set of 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So go ahead, repeat that pattern until you have 4 groups of the 3 double crochet, and then come back and I'll show you how to slip stitch and go to the next row. Your work should look like this, and you should have 4 sets of 3 double crochet, and then in between you have the chain 3. So I have my last chain 3 that I did after my set of 3 double crochet. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the top stitch of that first double crochet. So go into the top of that first double crochet. You're going to yarn over and bring the yarn through both loops on your hook for a slip stitch. And you see how you have a nice little square. Now what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch into each of the next 2 stitches until you get into the next chain 3 space. So you go ahead and go into that next stitch. You're going to yarn over and bring the yarn through both loops on your hook. Then you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. And then you're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space. So you just yarn over, bring the yarn through for a slip stitch. Now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do 2 more double crochet into that chain 3 space. Then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do 3 more double crochet in the same chain 3 space. And you're going to do this pattern for every corner, but in between each corner you're just going to chain 1 for this row. So chain 1, and then you're going to work a double crochet, so yarn over and go into the next chain 3 space. Bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through, whoop, do that again. So I did my set of 3 into the next chain 3 space. Now I'm going to chain 3 because it's a corner. 1, 2, 3, and then do another set of 3 double crochet into that same corner. Then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do another set of 3 double crochet, chain 3, and then another set of 3 double crochet. So I'm going to do one more set with you. And you can see how you're forming this nice square. Each corner has the set of 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and then a chain 1 in between, and then you repeat the pattern. So go ahead and finish going all the way around back to the beginning, then I'll show you how to slip stitch and move up to the next row. So I just finished the other corner and then I chained 1. Now I'm going to do a slip stitch into that top stitch of that first double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over and bring the yarn through both loops on your hook for a slip stitch. And now we're going to slip stitch into the corner again, just like we did before, but we're also going to change colors because we're only going to do 2 rows with 1 color before we change. So you're going to slip stitch into that next stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, and then slip stitch into that chain 3 space. And now you're going to add your next color. I'm going to add my purple color. Now you're going to take your next color and you're just going to hook your next color. Then you're going to chain 1 and then turn your work over, and you can take and cut your previous color. I've already cut it, but cut your previous color, and then you're just going to tie a knot. and then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now as you work, you're going to bury both of your loose yarn ends. So make sure you have both loose yarn ends that you're going to work behind. And we're going to do a set of 3 double crochet into this chain 3 space. So yarn over, go into that chain 3 space in the corner, go behind those 2 loose yarn ends, bring up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. Then you're going to yarn over and do another double crochet, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do another set of 3 double crochet into this corner. And at the same time, just bury those 2 loose yarn ends. It just saves you a lot of work at the end that you don't have to worry about. So that's how you're always going to be doing your corners. Set of 3 double crochet, chain 3, set of 3 double crochet. I'm going to go ahead and just cut my loose yarn ends. Then you're going to chain 1. And then you're going to work a set of 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. Then you're going to chain 1. And then you're going to do a double crochet into the next chain 3 space or the next corner. And then you're going to do another set of 3 double crochet. Chain 3. Another set of 3 double crochet in the same chain 3 space, the same corner. And you can see how you're forming a nice and pretty square around. So you're going to do that pattern all around, back to the beginning, and then come back and I'll show you how to slip stitch and move up to the next row. So you should be back at the beginning and you can see the beautiful square pattern that you're making. Now you're just going to do a slip stitch into that the top stitch of that first chain 3 space, yarn over and bring the yarn through both loops on the hook, and then you're going to slip stitch to the corner. So go into the next stitch, yarn over and bring the yarn through both loops on the hook, and just slip stitch all the way to the corner. So now you're going to go into that chain 3 space, slip stitch into the chain 3 space. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do another round around the square with the purple color again. So I'm just going to show you one side of the square and 2 corners. Now I'm going to chain 1, and this is after my set of 3 double crochet, chain 3, and set of 3 double crochet in the corner. Now I'm going to chain 1, and now in each of the chain 1 spaces I'm going to do a set of 3 double crochet and a chain 1 in between each. So now I did a set of 3 double crochet in that chain 1 space. Now I'm going to chain 1 and do another set of 3 double crochet in the previous row's chain 1 space. Now I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to work a double crochet into the next corner. And then I'm going to do a set of 3 double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 3 and do another set of 3 double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1 and then work the same set of 3 double crochet in the chain 1 space, set of 3 double crochet in the chain 1 space, the exact same way as I did this side of the square. So you're going to do that same pattern all the way around back to the beginning, and then I'll show you how to slip stitch and change colors for the next row. Your work should look like this, and now you should be back to the beginning. Just take your crochet hook and go into that top stitch of that first double crochet, yarn over and bring the yarn through both loops for a slip stitch, and then you're going to slip stitch again into the next stitch until you get to that next chain 3 space. So you keep doing slip stitches, and now you slip stitch into that first chain 3 space. Now we're going to join our white color. So you just take your white yarn the same way you did with the purple. You're going to hook it and bring it through your loop. You're going to chain 1. And then go ahead and cut your previous color that you're using and tie a knot. And now you're going to start with your new color just like you did before, and you're going to bury your loose yarn ends. So I'm just going to do the first side with you. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to yarn over, go into that chain 3 space behind the 2 loose yarn ends, bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. So now I'm going to do one more, because remember we're going to do a set of 3 double crochet. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then another set of 3 double crochet for the corner. You can do that in each corner. Then you can take and cut your loose yarn ends. Just makes it easier. You can see how pretty it is, and you don't have to worry about burying all the loose yarn ends. Now you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do a set of 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. Then you're going to chain 1, and you're going to do another set of 3 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Then you're going to chain 1, do another set of 3 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. Then you're going to chain 1 and then do your set of 3, chain 3, set of 3 into the next corner. Okay, so you can see the pattern and how it's looking. You're going to do that all the way around back to the beginning, and you're going to do that for 2 rows, and then come back and we'll see the finished product. Now when you're finished with the size of baby blanket or whatever project you're making with this lovely pattern, you can go ahead and finish off. So you just yarn over and just pull enough yarn through to bury into your work. And what's nice is if you've been burying your yarn ends as you work, you don't have as many to bury. So to bury your loose yarn ends, though, you just take your tapestry needle, put it onto your loose yarn end, and then take and weave it through your work until it's nice and buried. And then once you have it buried so no one can see it, you just take and cut it. And then you have your beautiful baby blanket or whatever project that you're working on. These are great for hot pads too, or to set things on. And another fun thing with this pattern is you can fold the back in on itself. And you can take your tapestry needle and some yarn and just superficially sew the stitches together. And then you have a little pouch that you can put potpourri or other things. You can even put a little button right here and maybe latch it right there with a button. And then you have a cute little case too. Or if you want to add thickness, you can fold all the corners down and sew all edges together. And then you have just a thicker pad to set stuff on. So it's just a fun classic pattern that you can use to make different crochet projects. You can even make larger bags too. And if you wanted to enter the contest, it's the same pattern. And you can see how lovely, even if you don't want to enter and you just want to make a beautiful pattern like this, you can, these make great gifts or beautiful afghans also, and it's so quick and easy to make.